Hello. 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 Howdy. Either cactus, Sunni, Hamash, cat. This footer. Howdy. How is everyone? Hey, Raven. How are you guys doing? Hello, Blaine. Thank you for the follow. Alright, enough of that. How are you guys doing in this here lazy Sunday? I'm not gonna lie, I almost died. I almost let myself die. I was like, what if I had another week, right? Yeah. But then I was like, nah. I did an extra match this week, so. Let me open the game. It's just one of those days. It's Sunday, it's rainy. So, you know, I'm like, sleep. But no, here we are. There's a weird fucking cat outside the Elmo. It really is a weird fucking cat. Should we long? So I wish. I don't have that much time. I kind of wanted to start earlier, but I had stuff to do. I had some chores to do. And as I said on Twitter, I kind of lie down on bed for a bit, and my cat was sleeping next to me, and I was like, maybe I can just lie in here for a few minutes. And you know how that goes. Hello, Asaria. It has been pretty funny. It has been a pretty funny event, yeah. Although I had to go to the air today. Like, what? Hakuya does not like when events aren't voiced. I'm used to it from just Frontline 1, I guess. It's getting warm. Don't want to do yard work. I get you. I need to do yard work, but I couldn't do it today. It was raining. So here I am. Yeah, when voice events tend to, you usually can go through them a bit faster, since, you know, there's not the whole thing of having to wait for the voice lines to end. And like sometimes in like tense moments and stuff, I usually I don't let the entire voice line play, because otherwise I will take like double the time that I already take. But sometimes, you know, there's scenes that I'm like, okay, no, we gotta listen first. I'll read the translation later. with on voice events, you don't really have that issue. Also, I think Hakuya just doesn't really care about fillers, or like not fillers, but like character events. Like that's how they're called. Hey, Suri. Hey, dog. Yeah, just people tend to use the term filler very loosely. It is a character event, and sometimes character events have to do with the main story, sometimes they don't. We have fear when it's saying cat. I wonder if it costs that much to get voice acting in. I'm not entirely sure how much Asian voice actors make, like how much they're paid. Well, I know for yen, it's not exorbitant amounts. I don't know how it is for Japan and other Asian countries. But yeah, Lenny event will be... That one just kind of deserves to be voiced, even if it's not main story. But alas. There's also that's BTV excess. More than the money, I say, because we know Mika can use the magic circle to make money. And that's how they keep making games. But it's a lot of scaling issues to consider. But you gotta reach out to the studio and like give them like all the script, like original script and localized script, and then normally you will want someone there, some sort of representative of the dev team, to like weigh in on any changes that need to be made, or like pronunciations or whatnot. And I'm gonna reach out for all the voice actors, to all the voice actors. Mega events are long, so I doubt they can make them in one session unless they manage to book like a very long session with the VA. But I generally assume that it'll take more than one. We're kind of halfway there, yeah. Because that's the thing also, most of the time it's not like you can just call the voice actor into the booth and record the entire thing in one go. But anyway, let's go. I said that, but I don't have it set up here because I was streaming reverse last time. There we go. You can't? Sometimes you can. Obviously. Sometimes you can. Like, you know, depending on the voice actor and the number of lines, sometimes you can. Like how you know. Oh no, we're not that much there. I felt like we had made much more progress. That's also why I was so chill with the starting time. Oh no. Well. Maybe it's because like a lot happened that I felt we had done more. But anyway, last time, yeah, we went to an auction. The Shibnaya stole some money. She's trying to get some frames, and now she's in this very suspicious city or town. And I don't know what the fuck Basti's up to. We'll see. Entropization. What? Once the chaos starts, it only gets worse. I thought we were a bit further into. Yeah, right? Me too. I was like, oh yeah, we made some good progress last time. But I guess I was just fooled by all the things that happened. Head servant. I guess this is from the woman. I've heard that name before. These bugs are a black hat hacker org that gave the banks quite a few headaches in the past. Oh yeah. They were attacking the auction. Who the heck are they? Where are they targeting us? Lydia, that's the bitch name. It's her. It's them. It's Soy and Basti, those little punks. How dare they mess up my auction? It looks like I'll need to teach them a harsh lesson. Is that your niece? She's a hacker too? I definitely didn't know she was into that sort of thing. But I know what that greedy little Molly is aiming for now. Send your people to defend the warehouse. This disturbance and the power outage are all distractions. They're targeting the auction lots. Also, you're going up against a tactical duel, so don't hold anything back. Oh yeah, this guy was alive also. Alas, this is the problem with the Yellow Zone. You try to do honest business, but people like this just don't understand your ambitions. In the end, everything goes up in price. But you're not alone, Lady Lydia. I know what you need. My people are all elite operators and professionals. And now, they are yours to command. I appreciate your kindness, Carl. However, you're still a guest. Oh, there's no need to stand with ceremony. We were supposed to be having a good time, and they ruined it for all of us. Hold on, I'll assemble them now and place them at your disposal. Alright, I assume they'll need entry permits as well. I do so love working with intelligent people. Carl walks into the darkness behind him. His footsteps are hurried, and he deliberately goes a long distance away, to a place where Lydia can't hear him. He takes out his communicator and holds it close to his mouth, his voice low and gurgling. How's it going? Are you in the warehouse yet?
We did it, boss. We're in. Fortunately, the power outage saved us a lot of trouble.
Then get to work and swap the items. Lydia's people will be there soon. Don't leave behind anything incriminating.
Don't worry, boss. I know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna assume for now that it's not the girls. In the darkness, Tushinaya and Faetusa huddled together under a table, anxiously listening to the sound of the footsteps around them.
This is a major crisis, strategist. Yes, they think we're accomplices of those two dolls. It feels like they set all this up. Tushinaya, do you know the blonde doll from just now? She seemed to have something against you specifically. Let me think. Looks like that region of my memories hasn't been repaired yet.
Forget it. You know how her memory is. No point giving her a hard time. Let's start by figuring out our situation. Since we're involved in this mess now, we should at least know what's in store for us.
Oh, I know! They're going after the auction items. They clung so desperately to the hero's heels because they were also seeking the treasure that could save the world.
It's just 100 doll frames. I could have 10 times that number in just a few minutes if only I could access Sanguis Fairy's resources. Oh, how SF has fallen. I love how obsessed she is.
But they didn't try to snatch up those frames either. It feels like they were trying to disrupt the auction.
Dodge super face, a trio we didn't know we needed, yeah.
Which means messing with us was just a sideshow for them. They're probably going after something else. So it's here. The very first side quest of our heroic journey. Let's stop those startling knaves from stealing treasure. Yep, if they get away with it, we might end up being blamed for it. The problem is that it's totally dark now and we have no idea where they are. That's okay, we know where they're headed. There's only one place where all the treasure could be hidden. Are you talking about the warehouse for the auction lots? Yep, let's pick up the pace so we can reach the treasury before the thieves do.
Actually, when you think about it, what's wrong with letting them get their way? If we find the frames there, we can just grab them and run. If anyone asks, we'll just say the thieves did it.
We can't do that.
Meanwhile, two other dolls are also taking cover in another room, separated from Tushinaya and her party by a single wall.
Here, your rifle. Honestly, what would you do without me, Failing? Thanks.
Failing is so cute.
Speaking of which, Zoe is really something. I can't believe she managed to hack the auction hall systems too. I still think of her as that kid who needs to be put to bed. Zoe's all grown up now. She's the leader of the bugs, and the kids all call her Big Sis too. Then we'll have to do our part, so as not to squander the bugs' efforts. Yep, time to work hard. And since you've said as much, you can come up with our next move, Failing.
Silence.
Wait a minute. You're asking me? Yeah, didn't you say you were gonna do your part? Then you're gonna start thinking right now. But you're the one who does all the planning. Besides, didn't you fully plan out a big heist like this?
Oh no, look at her face! Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, right, as if such a comprehensive and customized plan will exist. I thought about how to sneak in. Now you decide how to do the rest. It's too sudden. Okay, fine. Our destination is... It's the warehouse, right? Yep. So we should head toward the warehouse now. Yep. What next? Then, we'll do this and that and that. Oh, I like that plan.
Meanwhile, a warehouse security guard is hiding inside a cabinet. Normally, he will be at his post to ensure no thieves can get in. However, it seems like there are way too many thieves around the warehouse at the moment. Who's there?
Passing heroes did not state their names to ordinary moths.
Great plan, reliable as his watch real. It sounds like two groups of people have encountered each other.
I asked you first, so you answer first. Warehouse security, your turn.
Suddenly, the sound of intense gunfire fills the air.
Your security? I'm here to take out security.
Upon hearing this, the guard curls up even more tightly.
Of course, villain. I bet you didn't expect us to not be security either.
Target hostile status confirmed. Counterattacking now. Just then, Basti and Phelan run into a burst of gunfire as they're sneaking along.
What? We've been spotted? No, they're not attacking us. There are two groups of people shooting at each other.
Oh, I thought these two pairs had met.
Lots of gunfire from one side. They got the numbers advantage. The other side doesn't have as many guns, but their tactics are much better. Could it be those two dolls from just now? Wonder who gave them the idea to make a move now. How dare they run my show?
There are people here too! Are you with them?
Damn it, things couldn't have possibly gotten off to a worse start.
Step 1, hug the action. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit.
Failing, do you have any combat plans? If not, I'm just going to beat up anyone I can find.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's Carl's guys, security, Tushimnaya, and this, so everyone is just going against everyone. Oh, she activated combat mode. She has the homophobia in her eyes now.
Whoa, that's my partner for you. Your battle plan turned out to be just like mine.
But it is pretty cute, yeah. Why are my pets homophobic? There's one there. Ah, damn it. During Pride, shame on her. Yeah, man. Can you believe it? Shameful. Strike them down, actually.
Aren't there too many enemies here? I don't know. Darkness has shrouded my eyes, and the fog of war blinds us. Tushimnaya, ceasefire!
Tushimnaya stopped shooting. However, the chaotic firefight doesn't stop.
Are they shooting at someone else? Did these idiots start infighting? The people just now said they were security guards. Does that mean there's more than one batch of thieves? The situation's got too complicated. We should withdraw for now. Since we're already here, we might as well finish the mission and grab the frames. You say to grab 100 frames? We can't get them all out without a vehicle. If we come back empty-handed after causing all this chaos, what do you think that cruel and demonic commander will do to us? We'll definitely be scrapped, right? The commander's not that kind of person. But at this rate, things aren't looking good for us. At the very least, we need to figure out what those dastardly knaves are up to. We can't just give up without knowing what's going on. You've got a point. Since people are fighting over it with actual guns, the target must be very important. It would be bad if it fell into the wrong hands and everyone suffered as a result. Let's go. If what strategist said is true, we'll seize the treasure and keep the bad guys from getting it.
You do have bright thoughts from time to time, Lushimnaya. I think it's a good idea.
I know, right? Wait a minute. Am I hearing this right? Are you two actually serious about this?
There's no time to hesitate. Just sit back and give me frame control authority for now. Elsewhere, in the middle of a dense web of gunfire, Phelan tugs on Basti's tail.
Oh, she actually screams, Nia. Nia? Basti, don't get carried away. We have work to do. Right, work. Have you found the target yet? Yep, come with me. I found one that's just right.
Not far away, a large group is advancing down the corridor toward the warehouse. How's it going? It's done. We're bringing the power back on now. Just as the man finishes speaking, everyone hears an electrical hum. The lights come back on and blast the entire area in a stark white light, leaving no corner untouched. The scene is surprisingly still. The strange silence of dozens of people standing around as they adjust to the lights has an inexplicable air of piety to it. The light seems almost divine in nature as it purifies the area. It's as though the darkness, chaos, and gunfire from moments before were nothing but a phase whimsy. Even the densely packed bullet holes on the walls seem in place. Only the acrid stench of gunpowder and smoke in the air proves that previous events had actually occurred.
Do an inventory check. See if anything's missing.
Soon, Vito receives a surprising answer. Ma'am, nothing's missing. All lots are present, and the quantities match up too.
Oh.
Lydia feels relieved and puzzled at the same time. Basti is a cunning little minx. She knows well how to get what she wants. In fact, the entire process seemed pretty much perfect. First, she snuck a gun in to cause chaos. Then, she kept security busy by cutting the power. Following that, she fought a random gun battle to the warehouse entrance. But in the end, nothing happened. Lydia can't help but wonder, did Basti retreat out of caution, or does she have another scheme in mind? Fortunately, our response came in time. We should rejoice that nothing was lost.
Indeed, it was most fortuitous.
Blah. As Lydia moves through the warehouse, her fingertip graces over the various crates.
She needs to assess her losses ASAP and check if anything is missing. Just as she thinks that, she finds Carr standing in front of her. Let's carry on with the auction. We can finally do some proper business without those brats getting in the way. Remember what happened just now? Might be it for those frames that still stands. Lady Lydia, you won't refuse a gift from a friend, would you? Lydia smiles, quickly readjusting herself and switching back to the familiar rules of the game. Of course. I will never refuse. Whatever the fuck she said. Now just give me 5 minutes. Probably less. I'm gonna go check on the laundry. So BRB. Never mind. I thought the laundry had finished, but it didn't. So yeah, we keep going. Story now. Three-way junction. Everyone thinks victory is at hand until the secret is revealed. Hello, you've got a delivery. This is an express shipment from a special district number 3. Could you send here, please? Sakura unloads a huge crate from her truck and hands it to the connection staffer. Nobody notices anything amiss. After all, wasn't it perfectly natural for a crate containing doll frames to have two dolls within? Basti had gotten her way after all. Her plan had never been to take something out, but to smuggle herself in. Ah. Stay quiet, or else the people outside will spot you. There isn't much room inside the crate, so it's a tight squeeze. Their faces are practically pressed against each other. Even their hair tangles into a blonde mess. Therefore, even though she can't see anything in here, Failing can still feel Basti secretly turn her head away. This is message number 3752. Darling, You said to stay quiet. I am being very quiet. I know what I'm doing. Okay, then I can talk too. I'll be very quiet. Fine, you can talk, but be quiet for a bit. I need to finish recording this message first. Is it for the commander? Yep. I went in too. No! This is a personal, private conversation between Darling and me. But I miss the commander too. Also, the commander is my master, not your darling. Okay, fine. And quit pulling my tail. So you said that people like you are called homewreckers. What? You've always been trying to give master to yourself and set me up. Eh? Quit biting me! If you want to leave a message, you can do it too. Anyway, we'll be meeting Darling soon, so I'll let this slide. Or is it...
Did the chat get stuck? Oh yeah, it is. I can quickly fix that. There we go. The laundry lamps in the chat. Yep.
We've been bad friends for 10 years after all.
Bad friends? Okay.
10 years. It's been 10 years since I last saw Master.
No, don't cry, baby.
Why are you crying? God, you're hopeless. You should be angry at the people and the agreement that drove Darling away from us. That's why we can't let them get away with it. I'm sure Darling is trying her best to come back to us. When the time comes, I'll let you sit in a chair and watch us from the side.
Excuse me?
Why are you still biting me? But will Master really be happy about this? Aren't you think we're going to cause Master trouble? You do know Darling loves me, right? We were all lovey-dovey back in Griffin, so I'm sure she'll welcome me back tenderly. But doesn't Master love all of us? She's the nicest to me, though. We aren't going to get anywhere arguing about this, so let's leave it aside for now. Oh, by the way, it's thoughts because I'm certain I'm right and not because I can't win. In any case, Darling, in other words, the commander, will never have left us on purpose. I'm sure the brass must have threatened her of something, but even then, she used agreement to give us her freedom. That must be part of Darling's hidden plan. Master's plan? There's no point just waiting for Darling to come back, like you did. That's because what Darling wants is for us to find her. However, just searching for Darling isn't enough. Now, we need to pose the question. What can we do for Darling? After all, Darling is super popular, so there are going to be many dolls around her apart from you and me. In that case, how can I ensure that I'm number one in Darling's heart? The answer is simple. By making contributions. I don't think Master will mind. I don't care what my position is as long as I get to stay with her.
She's so pure.
Well, you're right in that she probably wouldn't be bothered by that. However, I'm sure all those homewrecker hussies... Like...
Oh god. What, okay?
DSR50 and 416, don't share that sentiment.
I never knew how to read her name without it sounding weird.
They've been eyeing Darling for a long time too, so I'm sure they'll be thinking of some way to break the agreement and get close to Darling.
I'm so sorry, Basti, but you're like the last one of that group to find Commander. DSR50 is Helen. No, wait. Lorelei, yeah. It's a brunette. One that had very interesting skins also.
Takes one to know one.
Whoa!
Therefore, as a good girl, I have to prepare a generous dowry. That way, Darling can openly propose to me and shut all those other dolls up.
Sure thing, Basti.
Darling will be delighted as she won't find it troublesome at all. Got that? Phelan doesn't answer. However, Basti can feel her clenching her fists and nodding. Even though Phelan is not willing to share her feelings, Basti can tell that they both feel the same way about the commander. G41. Phelan had desperately tried to keep her squad going as its final member, despite everyone else leaving. She had remained in a grieving that no longer resembled those bright days, holding a lonesome vigil for the commander. There's nobody else who better understand Basti's feelings. This is message number 3752. But is it really okay to do this to Lydia? I mean, she's Miss Stella's... Basti rolls her eyes. You know, ever since Darling left, I've been recording these messages every day. There were only 2 days when I didn't. Which days were those? The day Della saved me, and the day Della died. The inside of the crate falls silent for a while. If I hadn't met Miss Della, neither of us would be here today. Yeah, even now, the fact that she saved me still feels a little hard to believe. I told myself that I'd only ever be nice to Darling. That ended up with me digging around in a rubbish heap searching for scraps to keep myself running. But Della said, just come with me, you can still hang on to the freedom that person gave you. Lydia is a member of Miss Della's family, though. You do realize you made fun of Della, right? Besides, you didn't even give Della's keepsake to her, did you? You held onto it right until the end, even though you neglected your own frame maintenance. I don't plan to give it to anyone, not even Zoe, unless she grows up. But Zoe's growing up really quickly. Yeah, humans sure are interesting. I can't believe she's grown so much in just a few years' time. Zoe knows how to pickpocket, run counts, hack computers, and even be a gang leader.
Such good examples.
That's a far cry from you, Phylline, considering you don't even know how to comb your own hair. Sure I do. I just prefer the feeling when Master does it for me. Then why do you ask me to do it? Because you do a better job of it than me. Speaking of which, I keep thinking that Miss Stella wouldn't have approved of how Zoe turned out. Well, it can't be helped. She wanted to kick the bucket after all. That meant the job of raising Zoe went to a bad kitty like me. You know there's no way I would have let her become a boring bloodhead like Lydia would have wanted. Well, I'm sure Miss Stella would have wanted Zoe to be a good girl. Zoe from the box to help all those orphanage kids. I think both Miss Stella and Master will approve of that. That's because Zoe is doing what she believes in, just as they did.
God, Phelan is so cute.
The crate suddenly shakes. Someone has picked it up, and it begins moving forward. The show's about to start. How are you feeling? Excited? Are we really going to do this? That's a beacon, you know. It's probably one of the most valuable things in the Yellow Zone. We can do it. Maybe not in the past, but we can definitely do it now. Much as I hate Lydia, an airborne beacon is really something else. Once the bugs hack into its systems, they can free it from Connection's grasp and take control of its movements. We'll have total information freedom in the Yellow Zone. We can find Darling or do whatever we want. I asked just now, but Lydia's going to be really mad, right? Well, she deserves it. Just look at those people in town toiling day and night. Lydia makes money off their work and squeezes them for more money on top of that. Once the bugs take control of a beacon, they'll have a chance to bridge the vast gap Connection has in the communications field. That'll improve the lives of a lot of people. Will Miss Stella be happy about that? Of course she would. So cheer up, girl. We're going to put the finishing touches on our 10 years of hard work. Also, once we have the beacon, the bugs will have fulfilled their dream of obtaining a weapon they can use to show their capabilities. They'll take over the work Della left behind, build an intelligence network, and make enough money to feed themselves. They'll also be able to help Darling like we can. At that time, you'll have kept the promise you made to Della. And I might be able to prove to Darling that I'm still a useful doll. Will Master Praise failing? Will she pat my head?
Yes, absolutely. Basti hesitates for a moment. Though it's not because she's petty enough to get jealous of failing over such a trivial thing. Rather, it's because she knows that there's only one thing that's kept her going so far. The sole conviction that's kept her mind from completely breaking down after the commander left is her imagination. However, she wants that outcome more than anyone else, and so she will believe in herself more than anyone else.
Of course! Come on, let's leave Darling a message while we're free. I can join in too. Yeah, let's do it together. This is message number 3752. Unlike all the others, there's a super clingy person here today. Come, say hello to Darling. Master, can I call you Darling too? Hell no!
Failing is so cute, oh my god. Daughter. In an empty room. Suddenly, the window lights open. Dushimnaya and Fetusa climb in from the outside. Dushimnaya has a heavy-looking sack slung over her shoulder in a very suspicious manner. She gets over to the bed before putting it down. Wait, I forgot to drink my water. There we go.
I still think this is bad. I can't believe we actually stole the frames.
Wait, they actually did it? It's their fault for not guarding the warehouse. Plus, the crate with the frames in it was in a super obvious place.
Wow, we shouldn't have done that. The commander's definitely going to be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, Commander. It was all Nix's fault.
Shut up! Also, she's already a wanted criminal. You think this is going to bother her? She does have a point, I guess. In any case, let's check the frames we got. I don't think we managed to get 100, but at least we didn't have to pay for them.
Don't you worry, I was super careful on the way back. I definitely didn't go bumping into stuff. I just hope it'll make life better for the others in the community.
The moment they open the bag, Dushimnaya and Super's eyes cloud over in confusion. The items in the bag vaguely resemble 10 doll frames. But as dolls themselves, they can immediately tell that these are 10 doll frame shells stuffed with certain devices.
Team Strategist, may you know what these items are?
I don't know either. My frame was manufactured by Sanctuary and it's nothing like this. The structure looks very weird though. Could it be the latest model of doll frames? She totally bumped into stuff.
That's got to be it. Looks like this is what those people were trying to steal. I'm sure Supreme Leader and Helen will be delighted with this.
No, that ain't it. The entire structure of these frames is very simple. They don't look like pieces of sophisticated machinery or anything. More importantly, they don't have any artificial muscle fiber bundles or any organic parts installed. Rather, they look more like purely mechanical frames. Oh, I get it now. The maker of these frames must have been a big fan of the Sanctuary design philosophy. Yes, Super. Whatever you say, Super. I can't wait to see what these frames can do.
Hold your horses, Nixie. These aren't doll frames at all. Even the external shells are imitations. These are just containers made to look like doll frames. And what they contain are probably bombs.
I knew it! This was a trap set for us. The commander's enemies did it. They set the trap for us. Damn it, this has the fingertips of a high-end predictive strategic AI all over it. The enemy knew we'd come here on behalf of the doll community. They knew we'd come here to acquire frames for the commander. I mean, for a great undertaking. Damn it. Look like we got
Looks like we've lost this clash of brains. But who's clashing with who here? How could an AI predict what you and Shimnaya did? Even I didn't expect you to just bring them back here, you know? Right, let's go ask Helen. She's got a lot of experience. I'm sure she'll be able to tell if they're frames or bombs. You're going to talk to Miss Helen? It feels like we're going to get scolded, but that might be the best way to handle this. Just ask her not to tell the commander.
These three are sharing a single processor thread. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love the dynamic between these three. It's so good. Poor old Sweeper went from hating the commander to shrilling for the commander in one event. Lost 250 virtual IQ points in one full swoop. Yep. The Shimnaya quickly makes a call.
Shimnaya? Is that you? Oh, you... Didn't I tell you to never shut up your communicator? What happened? Are you in danger? Helen! This is an emergency SOS. Well, seeing as you're so energetic, I thought you caused too much trouble. Am I wrong? What happened? Could you help us to check these frames? Astralia said they were filled with bombs, while War Master said they were high-end SF frames. I was just kidding. War Master, I said you were on my side. Yes, and I regret it now. Too late. If I had known things will end up like this, I should have just done it myself in the auction or warehouse. What's this about auctions and warehouses? Sweeper, Faitusa, what have you done with my precious Dushivnaya? You know this is an important time for the commander. This is terribly irresponsible. But it was all for the good of the doll community. We didn't do anything wrong. It's not my fault. I tried to stop them, Miss Helen. Please don't ruin the commander's impression of me. That's not important at the moment. Tell me, right now, is your current situation dangerous? Is the surrounding area safe? Are you far away from large gatherings of people? I guess we're safe for the moment. We're currently at the inn, going through the spoils of war. Spoils of war? How did you get these items? What connection do they have to you? How should I put it? It's kind of a long story. Save it for now. Can you tell us what these things are? Alright, move closer. Now reveal what's inside. Stop! Don't touch it any further. What's going on? Did I infringe on some taboo? Judging by the exposed detonators, it looked like a military-grade C4 plastic explosive that had been rigged for remote detonation. How many of these fake frames are there? I think there's a dozen or so of them. That's enough to blow an entire building sky high. I knew it was a trap! I told you we shouldn't have taken them. No, you didn't. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. We're in front of Miss Helen right now. Given the quantity of explosives here, blowing them up on site is pretty much impossible. Forgive me, Faitusa, but I might have to inform the commander about this matter. Alright, I understand. But since it's so serious, what should we do now? For starters, I need more information. Please examine the items according to my upcoming instructions. Meanwhile, I need to know more details about the situation. Dushimnaya. Okay, I got it.
Meanwhile, let me drink more water. Don't you hate it when you shoplift some toys only to discover that they are IID instead? Man, happens to the best of us. Boss, everything's set.
The swap went off without a hitch. We swap a crate of frames with fakes filled with C4.
Hold up, are you telling me they happened to grab the exact crate that they swapped from among all the crates? Oh my god.
I just saw a cute little delivery girl moving into their HQ building. What now? Should we proceed with the next step?
This is a sitcom level of event. Real. I love it.
What you've done so far has secured a promotion and a bright future for yourself. But what comes next is a true test. I'm going to bring you to their HQ. You know what to do next, right? Yes, enter the beacon control center and install the generator. Pour over the details. The top brass will not tolerate failure. We'll never get a chance like this again. In particular, make sure you plant explosives on the locations highlighted by the engineers. We need to ensure the beacon control center is completely destroyed. Got it, boss. I'll treat this like it's the most important thing in my life. This is the most important thing in your life. While Uncle Zimmerman can be very generous, he hates useless people. We recently lost Mokosh, and it was an important location in the Yellow Zone for us. The year's performance metrics are going to look very bad if we can't deal with Port Mika. You sure you should be telling me all that? It's so you understand just how important this is. Tourism Connection can sit pretty in this chaotic world if they have a direct line to the upper echelons of the URC. If we destroy this beacon control center and sever Port Mika's contact with the outside world, they'll be mere lambs to the slaughter. If Uncle Zimmerman is willing to invest in a bunch of Yellowstone rabble, he'll treat his capable people well. But you need to do well enough that people can't ignore it. Then I'll have some justification to put in a good word for you. Makes sense, right? Carl hangs up. Then he adjusts his outfit before returning to the meeting room like nothing happened. The auction has ended, and the guests are talking in their tiny cliques. Carl makes a beeline for Lydia. Lady Lydia, if my recollection serves, we talk about how we should visit Connections HQ sometime. Oh yes, I haven't forgotten. Of course, I was waiting for your schedule to free up. Well, now would be the perfect time, no? In fact, I was wondering what to fill the rest of my day with. Carl and Lydia exchange smiles, but they each know the other is full of it. Visiting the HQ? That topic never came up before. Given the circumstances, however, this lie has become quite convenient, and thus it becomes the truth. Please, come with me.
Carrying a plotline, political espionage. Shenanigans plotline, wanted criminal on the run. Door community plotline, sitcom side quests. I love it. Oh no, and what I love is that, you know, it's still like... You could say it's still like a serious plot, you know? There's still like conspiracies and stuff and... You know, different political groups trying to gain control of others. It's just that we're focusing on the dorks. So I'm listening for the lottery. I'm gonna do one more and then I'll go check. It's a slapstick in a serious situation, yeah. They did balance news shit and absolute comedy very well in certain side stories. Yeah, I feel like usually Mika can do that very well. Even in the main plot, you know, they have like quote-unquote, like, more lighthearted situations in the middle of it. But, like, with the side stories, they usually go, like, more comedy. Even though the background is usually, you know, the background plot, quote-unquote, is, like, something serious. Like, in side stories, in Girls 1, they do that too. Side stories, they go full on, like, slapstick comedy, as you said. And for main events, as I said, this is what I like about Mika, as I've said it multiple times, is that, you know, even in serious situations, the characters will still, like, crack jokes and here and there. You know, their personalities still shine. But the main events do tend to keep more to the seriousness of it all, even if there's, like, lighthearted and funny moments. With the side event, they just go full silly, even though there's serious stuff happening. Unless it's a summer event, then things happen in summer events. Anyway, let me just go refill my water. Just 1 second, because... We don't talk about the Kribas event in which Swami did something with FB and who else? TMP? This event was good palette cleaner for the next Love and Hope event. Yeah, I think that's why they do it. You know, even if there's, as I said, there's like a conspiracy going on here, or like political groups fighting, they focus on the dolls and they just make everything funny. Because for the events, the funny will not be the focus of it. Both can finish that medal. Truly, the Swami. But anyway, let's read this one. Let me just quickly check Discord. My sister's talking to me. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna do this one and then I'll go check the laundry. That should be good timing. Cat in a box. You'll never know what's inside until you open it. Oh! The Persicaria jump scare.
Alright, time to go over the plan. Make sure to take notes. Our objective is the Beacon Control Center. It's Lydia's precious pearl, said to be the biggest one on Earth. As one of the major control hubs for Yellowstone communications, getting to the beacon here requires the highest level of administrator access. Trying to crack it from the outside will require mil-spec hardware, manpower, and several months. So we'll be sneaking into the Beacon Control Center? That's right. See this little device over here? Sui made it beforehand. All we need to do is plug it into the Beacon Control Center, and Bugs will be able to access it remotely. As for the rest, I leave it to Sui. Got it! That was a real simple plan. No. The plan is simple, but the execution is tricky. We can't be discovered too early, so a direct assault is right out. Now, I believe we've been dumped in a warehouse somewhere. First, we get out.
Suddenly, their crate shakes. It seems someone is moving it.
Why is the crate moving again? Darling was said that no plan survives first contact with the enemy, so we're better off coming down and resolving the issue. Shh! Listen, there's someone talking outside.
Boss, I've got the crate. I've already scouted the route from here to the beacon control center. I can get there in 5 minutes without anyone noticing me. The corporate henchman has successfully snuck into Connection Corp's HQ. Because he's pretending to be Mr. Carr's bodyguard, nobody has given him any trouble. He's made very thorough preparations, such as buying the guards off and finding blind spots in the security camera network. All obstacles in his way have been eliminated. And now, his mission has officially begun. The headman loads a heavy crane into a trolley and pushes it toward the most distinctive tower on the premises. Said tower is the Beacon Control Center, the signature structure of Connection's HQ. For security reasons, normal employees aren't allowed to so much as approach it. However, this fact ends up playing right into the headman's hands. Driven by visions of wealth, he exerts himself harder than ever before as he deftly maneuvers the crane past all the sensors and security cameras in his way. Finally, he reaches a solid metal door. Greetings. Your voice-print ID, please. Clearly, mere pics will not work on this sophisticated electronic lock. Going around doesn't seem practical either. It seems like this is a hurdle he must overcome to get to the Beacon Control Center. With no other recourse, the Stark pulls out his communicator. Boss, I run into a bit of trouble. I can't open the door leading to the Beacon Control Center. It needs a voice-print ID. Can you help me out, boss? Carl snaps his fingers in what seems to be a casual gesture. However, it is a coded signal meaning affirmative. He happens to be having a casual chat with Lydia at the moment. Naturally, the latter hasn't noticed the microtransceiver tucked behind Carl's ear. Here's to you, Mr. Carl.
Mr. Carl, thank you for your gift.
They clink their glasses and Carl downs the contents of his glass in one gulp. A mere truffle. It's been a pleasure working with you, Lydia. The location services you provided last time helped me make a tidy sum. In fact, it was a critical factor in earning my superior's trust. I also see many opportunities in you, which is why we should continue working together. I can assure you of an ever-increasing stream of returns in the future. Of course, I believe you'll keep your word. Do you believe in me or the person behind me? There's a slight edge to Carl's words. They both know how the outside world views Carl, that he is a failed playboy, a stray dog that Mr. Zimmerman took in for old time's sake.
Mr. Carl, you were born in the White Zone, weren't you? What do you think of the Yellow Zone?
I see many opportunities here.
But the look on your face betrays what you really think. Indeed, this is a place where crude and barbaric people gather. But they are only crude and barbaric because instead of pursuing higher education and more refined goals, they spend their time finding food in the wilderness and keeping their families from freezing to death.
Should I praise their tenacity then?
They don't need our praise or our table scraps. If they had the same network access as the people in the green, or even the white zones, if they had their education, they might be more pleasing to your eyes. My father once thought of working with the corporations to develop telecommunication services in the Yellow Zone, allowing its residents to enjoy basic communications free of charge. However, he was turned down. If I'm not wrong, back then he was rejected by the UR group, the one your father worked for.
My father was a conservative man, I believe.
I'm not saying that to put you on the spot. What I'm trying to say is that once certain people make enough money, they feel guilty and try to make amends through charity. But that's just a way to balance out their gains. What is needed to change the current state of affairs is not mere benevolence, but a true opportunity. When such an opportunity presents itself, not even the corporations can ignore it. Also, I must thank you for demonstrating vision and decisiveness beyond that of your father. Not every young master of the White Zone will come to Port Mika. I am glad to work with you, no matter who your backer might be.
Come on, work. Carl stares hard into Lydia's eyes, hoping to see a crack in her noble facade. However, Lydia's mask is impenetrable.
What do you think of Port Mika?
It's a nice place. It's quite prosperous for a small border town. This HQ facility, for example, already matches the standards of grey zones, or even higher.
When my father was in charge, this was not the case. The mayor was corrupt and pocketed a lot of tax money. He bribed the URC commissioner and cut back on the public security budget, which led to high crime rates. Therefore, after I inherited my father's business, I got rid of that mayor and took control of all municipal affairs here. After that, this place became what it is now. I started by solving basic issues like water, electricity, and healthcare. Then security. I believe there is only one aspect that hasn't been properly dealt with.
And what is that?
Education.
Education?
While I disagreed with my father on many things, I believe, as he did, that education can change people and places. If this joint venture is successful, I would like to open a lifelong learning school here. There are many orphans in Port Mika. There ought to be a place to take them in and turn them into useful people.
You like children?
I loathe them.
Then it seems we are of one mind. I guess I misread you. I had the impression that you like kids very much.
Well, it's for business reasons. Taking those brats out of circulation will lower security costs and ensure a supply of cheap workers in the future.
Such foresight. I could stand to learn from your vision. And now a toast to Lydia and to the Port Mika we shall witness. Their glasses clink and Carl downs yet another drink. He's going through them a little too quickly. Back then, I started drowning in the depths, but that person saved me. Not only did that person give me a second life, but they also persuaded Uncle Zimmerman to give me a second chance. After meeting that person, I realized just how shallow and dissipated I was. So they were younger than me. They shone so much more brightly. I couldn't help but bend the knee to that great leader's charisma.
That is good to hear. Therein lies an implication that all of us have the potential for a glorious future.
Now that I have been granted a new lease of life, I don't care what people call me. Let them label me a dog of Mr. Zimmerman or a lowly criminal. I only wish to devote myself to a greater cause. The profligate of the past is dead. I don't need to hide my wasted life with a glamorous facade. I simply want to climb ever higher and see sights I've never seen before. And I must thank you for that, Lydia. You are my second savior, an angel descending from the heavens.
You flatter me, Carl.
But I mean it, every word. When the airborne beacon takes flight tomorrow, Lydia, you will accomplish something that even the conglomerate could not. Many companies have been working on airborne beacons, but only Connections has passed the URS's rigorous trials and met the standards for use in the Yellow Zone. That is truly remarkable.
Really now?
Come now, such modesty is unbecoming. You know better than I do that this is a great opportunity to change the face of communications in the Yellow Zone. On the one hand, purification projects, frontier development companies, and various corporations are all eager to expand the boundaries of communications. Connections' signal coverage encompasses all of theirs. This flips the balance of supply and demand and places the initiative during negotiations in our hands. On the other hand, IR beacons can create an unprecedented intelligence advantage in complex conditions. That means the military will be desperate to acquire it, just like... By now, you know how much I need you, right?
Just tell me, Carl, what do you want me to do for you?
I want you to get rich. I want you to build more signal beacons, and then I want you to build them into a worldwide system.
That will take time. Currently, they can only be produced at Port Mika. I will need the radiation conditions of the Yellow Zone to build and test the engine systems. The cost to construct similar production lines in other areas will be massive.
Lydia, you still don't consider me a true friend. Carl fills another glass and then downs the whole thing. As you know, I have ample funding and manpower that I can share with you.
Money is always useful. If you invest in me, it will help convince my shareholders to raise production and or coverage. and that's why I'm here. The conglomerate would like a share of the profits. A sizable share, to be sure, but they'll match it with an equally sizable outlay. Lita smiles. This is exactly the kind of situation she's been hoping for. Whoever Carl's backer is, Carl is mortally afraid of failing them. Or perhaps failing them again. That suits her just fine. Lita needs money, and she's not picky about where it comes from. It seems like great partnerships in the cards for us. The climate now seems too suitable for a deal, but we can celebrate in advance.
Yes, let's celebrate.
They clink glasses again. Carl is having trouble controlling his hand, and he very nearly smashes both glasses with that gesture. After tapping his head back and finishing the glass, he shakily rises to his feet and walks over to the wine rack by the window.
I like this wine, Lydia. May I crack it open?
Oh? That's a 4 to 6% cognac. Are you sure you can handle it?
Are you kidding me? Do I look drunk? I'm just so happy.
With such a view unfolding before her, Lita finds herself relaxing for the first time in a long while. She can set aside all her meticulous calculations and watch a man engaging in pointless bravado, just like on the summer nights when she was but a student. Well, my drinks are there to entertain my friends. I'm no Scrooge. Go ahead, open it. Open it. Carl's ears catch that phrase. He knows his earpiece has also captured it. Did he do it? He can hear cheering and the sound of fireworks. The sound of women squealing in the light. The sound of his father applauding him from the stage. He pops a bottle of champagne and foam bursts from the brim. He celebrates with all his might, celebrating his cruise liner away in anchor at sea. He's starting to get tired. The ceiling spins overhead like helicopter blades. Then he closes his eyes and lets himself fall into darkness. Oof, that was a lot of breathing. I'm getting sleepy. No! Cognac is not a joke, yeah, I can imagine. The corporate henchman presses the communicator against the code log, and then he finally hears those words. Open it. The metal door flashes a green light and opens. The henchman breathes a sigh of relief. He's done it.
We did it, boss! The door's open.
There's no response from the other side of the communicator, only a barely audible glug glug sound. It seems Carl has given his all to achieve his aims. A tragic determination wells up in the henchman's heart. There, he makes a solemn vow to succeed. And so, the henchman pries the crate open. Surprise! With a melodious exclamation, the two tactical dolls spring out.
Drag himself into a coma for the mission, so real. No, it don't reach. It's alright, we got Meshti. Oh yeah.
So, what kind of problems did you say we might face? Let me see. Oh, there's none at all. Thanks for bringing us in. You right, Dumbass? Basti kicks the unconscious corporate henchman aside, then heads over to the densely packed machinery inside the beacon control center. Hello? Soy, are you there? Did you fall asleep? I'm here. The bags are ready and waiting. The rest is up to you, so hurry and make your steps, Twinkle Toes. It's just hacking the firewall of the Yellowstone's biggest telecom provider. You'll be fine.
You know, no biggie.
Given what we've gathered, you've probably been caught up in a terrorist attack. Contrary to Sweeper's claim, it's not targeted at the doll community or the commander. Do you have any guesses as to who the attacker might be? It was probably those two dolls who sat opposite us. That wicked little blondie is probably capable of any and all manner of evil deeds. Doesn't seem like it to me. They're too high profile. If you ask me, that pickpocketing brat from yesterday is a more likely suspect. I heard her voice over the loudspeakers before the power cut out. Soy will never do bad things like that. You've been calling her by name. Are you friends with her or something? I just know, okay? Besides, it would be really hard for a kid to get explosive like this. Let's try to think more simple. We stole these items from the auction lot warehouse. Isn't the auction organizer the most likely suspect? Lydia? But she's already the sovereign of poor Mika. Who will she want to attack? Alright, stop fighting. I have a new clue here. I checked the logistic movement info for Port Mika. Most of the goods have complete documentation from their points of origin, so mixing contraband is difficult. While the small scale makes managing things easier, the fact that the security here is on the level of green zones is quite remarkable. However, there is one exception to this. Last night, a vehicle from the outside entered Port Mika without any form of vetting or inspection. My guess is that's the source of those explosives. Oh, a shining beacon has appeared to pave a brave new world. If we can determine the origins of that vehicle, we'll be able to learn the true identity of the forces of darkness. That's what I was thinking. However, we didn't manage to learn much. All we know is that it was a delivery truck registered to Molneya Logistics. The owner's name is Sakura. Achoo!
It's not often that you see a doll sneezing.
I heard that people sneeze when others talk behind their backs. Could the commander be missing me?
Or maybe someone's putting your name on a wanted list.
How could that be? Senpai, you're such a kidder, and a bad one at that. You are kidding, right?
Who knows? I am fully prepared for you to get struck by any and all kinds of bad luck.
Well, it's true that this mission was very sudden, but all the packages we've delivered so far have been perfectly normal. Let's wrap this up quick and head back to the commander's place.
I can't believe Sakura plans to firebomb Mika, I know, right?
Don't bother looking for her. The two of us... Well, the three of us came to Port Mika on Sakura's truck.
There is a long, long silence from the other side of the line.
So you're saying Sakura is an ex-Gryffindor? Now that you mention it, I think Springfield mentioned this before. That poor girl.
I've never heard Ellen sound so tired before.
Alright, I'm going to place my trust that you didn't take some kind of blow-up Port Mika mission. Looks like the real criminal didn't leave any obvious incriminating evidence behind. In that case, it means they must have their own avenues for bringing items in. Apart from government channels, the only other ways are through FAPN and connection. No, you can't get involved any further with this matter. I think the best way to handle the situation is to alert the local administration and then return to the community now. So we'll be contacting Lydia? Yes, she can do much more than you. You need her help. But if she reacts badly, if she doesn't want to help solve the problem, then things might be worse than we imagined. If that happens, you need to get away immediately and destroy the explosive in the wilderness. Bear in mind that this explosive can cause tremendous damage, so you need to be careful. I'm going to inform the commander now and have her send some help over, so keep the comms channel clear. After Ellen hangs up, Shemaya looks down at the communicator in her hand, unsure what to do next. This kind of pisses me off. So she's sending someone over. What, she doesn't think we can handle it ourselves? We can't, can we? Look, that will have to inconvenience Helen and the commander. I'm no hero. I'm just a great big dork. Yes. Don't think that way, Shibnaya. Thanks to us, they have a chance to stop something terrible from happening. Doesn't that count as a hero's work too? Actually, I think the commander might praise us now. Yeah! Let's go contact that Lydia lady right now. That way we'll be able to resolve this crisis. But how can we contact her? I don't think we have her number or anything. I think he said she was in charge of all of Port Mika. In other words, we should be able to reach her eventually, no matter who we contact. That makes sense, strategist. Tushimaya takes out the services brochure that the hotel gave them. There's an emergency contact number on it. Tushimaya starts by calling the emergency hotline. Hello? Is something the matter? Hello. I'd like to speak to Lydia, please. Lady Lydia? If you want a job, you can just call Connection. The other side hangs up on her. Dushunaya soon finds the customer service hotline for Connection. Greetings. How can I help you today? I'm looking for Lydia. Can you put me through to Lydia? I apologize, but we cannot provide such services. If you would like to arrange a meeting with the CEO, please file an official meeting request through the business department. Once it is approved, you will need to provide a complete list of assets and identification. After that, you will have to wait for the CEO's secretary to contact you to discuss the details of the meeting. Wait a minute! That's too many steps! I can't remember all that. What was the first step again? That would be filing an official meeting request through the business department. How do I contact them? Oh, they're off work now. You'll have to wait until tomorrow and try again. That's no good. We can't wait that long. Who else is still around? Give me all the reachable numbers you have. Give me all the reachable numbers you have. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of Leonie's event. Man, I feel like we're missing so much. I'm always so sleepy on Sunday. I'm probably gonna stop streaming on Sundays because I'm always so tired just because it's Sunday. Anyway, now do give me a few minutes for real as I go take care of laundry and such. I'll BRB. This is like Diane that's like customer service line trying to reach Elon Musk. Yeah. Anyway, I'll BRB.
Alright, I have returned. Wait, I forgot to turn off the turn off the light. There we go. I am the EP. Considering the time, I can probably read one more. Especially because the next one is a story, so not the next one, but the one after this. So that will take a while, and then will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of. For next week, I think there's still time, right? I think there's another week still. 24. Check my calendar. Yeah, we still have next weekend. $10 days. So we still have next weekend, 20 and 21st. Let's go. Been slacking off with my logins. I know how that feels. Under the undercurrents, when you're drowning, you can glimpse the true form of the iceberg. But yeah, this has been a really fun event. I'm just very EP on Sundays. Carl is awakened by the sunlight shining into his eyes. His head hurts. After getting up from where he's lying on the ground, he realizes that someone has thrown a wool rug over him. He recognizes his surroundings. This is Lydia's office. Apparently, he got blackout drunk last night. The room is completely unfamiliar, and he doesn't remember coming here. The only thing he remembers is the half-finished bottle of cognac on the desk. There's a note next to it. You look cute while asleep. Don't get up too late. See you at the ribbon cutting ceremony. Carl makes a sudden realization. This is probably the biggest embarrassment of his life as a proper businessman. Still, he doesn't mind. Embarrassing himself in front of Lydia doesn't mean anything, because she won't be in a position to mock him for it much longer. Since his henchman has opened the door to the beacon control center, the explosives are probably set by now. Carl turns on his communicator, but he doesn't see the mission accomplished message he was hoping for. Hello? How did it turn out? He makes a call, but there's no answer. Hello? Hello? Carl says that something went terribly wrong, and his heart lurches. He keeps telling himself to stop, calm down, and think rationally. There's no way he'd be sleeping peacefully in Lydia's office if his scheme was exposed. In short, the situation is not great, but it's not terrible either. Carl sprints toward the beacon control center.
I just finished talking with Miss Mailing. She found a place for us to dispose of the explosives. I also memorized how to detonate them remotely. To Shimnaya, let's blow up the explosive first. Just one more call. I've almost gotten through to Lydia.
Honk shoe.
That's what you said 3 hours ago. See, even Nix is falling asleep. But it's really happening this time.
The Shemnaya has been making calls all night. Right now, she's dialing the last number on her list.
Hello? I'd like to speak to Lydia, please. Who is this? How did you get this number? I don't remember. It was probably from the business department secretary's cousin or that retired granny from marketing. In any case, I'm sure you can help us contact Lydia. I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. In Port Mika, everyone wants Lady Lydia to do something for them, but not everyone deserves the right to make direct contact with her. While she does care for everybody, she's not a saint who will help people for free. Her time is linked to everyone's prosperity, and it is not to be casually used on prank calls from unknown numbers. Wait! I have something important to tell her. Port Mika is currently in great danger. Danger? Apart from a gang of mischievous kids playing pranks on others, Port Mika has not had any serious criminals in a long time. If you ask me, you're the danger here. How can you say that when you don't know anything? You say I don't know anything. I was the sheriff of this town 15 years ago. Lady Lydia now employs me as one of her servants, but I'm still fully aware of every single moment made in Port Mika. She isn't just a businesswoman. She truly intends to turn this messy little town into a cutting-edge technology park. Is that so? Then I'm sure you know about the C4.
There's a deep sigh from the other end of the line.
There is nothing dangerous of the sort in Port Mika. Yeah, no, have some right now. There's enough to blow half the town sky high. Say what? Right, I understand. State your terms. I'll let Lady Lydia know. What's your aim? Intimidation? Blackmail? How much do you want? It's none of that. I'm just trying to do a good deed by reporting a crime. You have to believe me. Port Mika really is in great danger. Alright then. In that case, I'll give you an address. Head there right now with the dangerous items you described. We'll discuss the rest when we meet. Alright, we did it!
So excitedly pauses her chair. There is a long string of characters in the center of the screen. This is the cipher key for the Beacon Control Center's command systems.
You're awesome, Big Sis. You really did it. This is the cipher key for the Beacon Control Center. It's the most complex thing on the planet.
Carbolic soap? What? That is a name.
Does this mean we can broadcast commands to the entire network? For example, sending the box logo to everyone? I think sending out Big Sis sleep tracking would be better.
Zoe pants heavily and slumps back into her chair. She's been up all night working on this, but after the segment passes, she's left completely drained. It wasn't just excitement over a hard-won victory that filled her, but also heart-pounding palpitations and a feeling close to dread. It's just like the first time she grabbed Phelan's gun to fool around. She feels like she's grabbed something beyond her control. Why did you grab a gun to fool around?
Thanks for the hard work, Zoe. How is it? Can we transfer control permissions over the airborne beacon now? Not just yet, but leave that part to me. Right now, what you need to do is rest. Don't burn yourself out.
Zoe is as meek as a lamb in front of Basti, because it was Basti that taught her how to be defiant in the first place. She stands up from her chair and stretches herself while looking around. It is then that she realizes just how terrible her living space is.
It's so damn hot and the room's a mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Looks like I finished 7 kinds of coffee. I'm all out. Right, since everything went well, there might be a celebration party later. Can't leave all this crap lying around. I need to tidy up.
Several minutes later, Zoe leaves the house with a big bag of trash in hand. The morning sunlight is warm, the breeze is cool, and this walk is a comfort
that surpasses all words. So is in a great mood. Just about everything she sees is pleasing to her eye, be it the scattered houses, the people moving back and forth. Suddenly, something very annoying comes into view. A pair of figures, one white and one black, are weaving through the crowd. The one in front seems to have a heavy sack over her shoulder. It's the two dolls who caught her yesterday. The corner of Zoe's mouth curls up in a smile. She quickens her pace and catches up with them. She recites her two principles in her heart. First, any elements of chance must be eliminated before the plan can succeed. Second, she always remembers a grudge as she hates to lose out. Hello? It's me. I got a message for all bugs. Those two dorks who busted me last time just showed up. Why are there so many people on the street? We've been waiting at every intersection. There's probably people going to work. I've heard of a thing called the morning peak. It seems very similar to what we're seeing now. Phew, I've been carrying this sack since yesterday. My waist is getting a little sore. Is that so? Then let me give you a quick checkup. Just put the sack down for now. Why don't you just carry it for me? I'll take the sack from you later. As the two of them talk, neither of them notice several small figures pushing a cart over to them. The cart contains a sack that looks just like the one by Dushibnaya's feet. Oh my god, dorks. So you're the ones who made the call. I didn't expect this self-proclaimed hero to be such a unique doll. And here I thought names like Hero and Strategist were codenames in an organization or something. The situation is really bad. Port Nika is under threat from the forces of evil. Behold, the dangerous explosive in this bag are our proof. So you're saying that somebody wants to use this explosive to attack Port Nika? But how did they end up in your hands? We got them from the auction lot warehouse last night. Are you talking about the warehouse for Lady Lida's auction? The warehouse is strictly forbidden to unauthorized personnel. Are you aware that your actions constitute unlawful entry? We didn't touch anything. This is the only thing we took. And that will be theft. No, it's not. Things back then were really complicated and we fought with the guards and we had no choice, so... And that's assaulting a police officer with a deadly weapon. Don't worry about an important stuff like that. The most important thing right now is explosives. Who's the mastermind? Are there any more explosives? You need to look into this right away and deal with it. Unimportant, you say? Fine, just show me the explosives. The Shimnaya hands the sack over. The servant opens it. He takes a look at the contents, then lets out a cold chuckle. I see. So you're from the box then, ladies? I didn't expect their numbers to grow. Certainly not by welcoming dolls. Arrest them. Wait, what? Look out, they're moving in. That means the brat just now has a bag full of C4. How great. Go, Vector. Nothing ever goes wrong with kids and explosives, especially not in Gears Frontline. I'm just gonna get you with. This is bad. War Master, the worst has come to pass. Yeah, I noticed. They had a discussion before they came here. If Lydia's people started acting strange, that would mean they were the real masterminds. In other words, there would be nobody they could trust in Port Mika, so they had to stop the conspiracy by themselves. We need to seize the initiative. Let's start by taking all the enemies down and then capturing this building. No, wait! Weren't we supposed to contact Helen? We can't let them look down on us anymore. I feel bad if I bother Helen about everything. There was no way out for us from the moment we uncovered her conspiracy. Do it! Lyra's servants are completely unprepared for the two dolls' all-out attack. How unruly. This is a critical period for this town and Lady Lydia. Would it kill you to rein yourselves in a little? She's not even here. Who do you think you're trying to scare by mentioning her? Damn it, how can mere dolls be so... In the blink of an eye, the jet black tactical doll is in the man's face. She slams the hilt of her sword into the bridge of his nose. He's still trying to persuade them right up until the moment he passes out. Are these... doll frames? They must be really valuable if those two dolls were protecting them like treasure, right? Could they be super high-end doll frames? Zoe puts on her earpiece and begins talking excitedly. Great news, Big Sis! We found something good for Big Sis Basti and Big Sis Failing. Big Sis Failing's body has been a real pain to maintain, but she might not have to worry about that anymore. Well done, you guys! Yeah, what did you swap them with? You remember that monument that got demolished because we wrote Lydia as a pig all over it? We saved the best parts of it. Cipher key authenticated. To access administrator privileges, please provide voice-print verification. Two-factor authentication, huh? Well, I expected that much. Unfortunately, neither of us is good at electronic warfare. Basti has a grave expression on her face. Can we get the bugs to handle the voice-print thing? The only way is if Zoe can learn how to talk like Lydia. Do you think they sound alike? Heck no. But then what should we do? If only we'd recorded her earlier. Voice-print locks are easy to crack. After a moment with deliberation, Basti brings her hands together in realization. Well, looks like there's only one thing we can do. Oh, what is it? We're going to kidnap Lydia. Yippee! Huh? Hell yeah, kidnapping! You know, the solution to everyone's troubles. Thank you for subscribing. If you're watching. The solution to everyone's troubles. Kidnapping. Cork will do the funniest thing now and press the button. Man. Could you imagine? That'd be something. I haven't rolled in the regular banner. Oh yeah, another Tulolo. Just one more. Just one more Tulolo, guys. No Tulolo. But anyway, that is all the time I have for now. Let's get back here a little bit.
I mean, I could go on a little longer, but like, you know, then I will leave my sister hanging for who knows how long. We haven't killed kids in a while. It's true. Mega has been well behaved so far. No children have died. I hope they don't choose this event to change that. But you never know. You never know with Mika. But yeah, stopping now because like I don't want to keep my sister waiting too long if she actually finishes on time, because last night was busy and she actually finished like an hour later. But also because I'm EP. But we made good progress, and next stream will be on Saturday. And I'm usually not so dead on Saturdays. So, you know, hopefully I can start on time, maybe even a little bit earlier. And yeah, we can finish it. You never know what can happen in Port Mick. Their streak is so fragile, it is. It truly is. It truly is a fragile streak that Mika has about not killing children. Yippee! Wait, can you guys tell I'm sleepy? I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. I'm like, words. But yeah, the event has been really fun. Like, you know, the stupid group of like Tushvnaya, Faitusa, and Sweeper is so funny. They're so funny. They're so stupid. I'm just doing the extra stages now because I want to see the completion percentage that gives me. It is very Looney Tunes, yeah. Which helps on making it very funny. A very Looney Tunes event. And I'm like, and how did they not notice a kid approaching and swapping the bag, the sack that they're carrying? Also, why are they carrying doll frames in a sack? Like, what? How big is that sack? How did none of them notice? We got the hyper-competent DeFi, the extremely reliable Gross Squad, and the Dork Squad douche face. So true. So true. They're so funny. And I love how Sweeper is still like, oh, glory to Sanguis Fairy. Yeah, whatever you say, Sweeper. Okay, we got 58% of the story done, so you know, not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, I think next Saturday we should be able to finish. An SF LARPer. But yeah, so next week we're gonna expect more Reverse 1999 and more Basti on Saturday. And yeah, I probably won't stream on Sundays unless there's a major event. Because Sundays are very lazy for me. I just kind of want to lie down and die. When there's major events, you know, you gotta take every single second of time that you have. But yeah, but for characters events, it's nice. It's good. Anyway, yeah, I'm just EP up to you. I'm just gonna go lie down a bit before I need to go out. So thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to say Sundays for dying, so true. Remember to stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves. And I'll see you guys next time. So bye bye.